Of course you do. Get your own. You can go to preparewithmojo50.com.
All right, folks, we're here. We are here. Rocky's working. He's catching up.
Did you see any of this happen, by the way?
No, I was driving home from work.
You didn't even make it home?
No, I didn't get home till 6:05.
Okay.
A little abnormal realities promo in the background.
I don't know. There just seems to be a little conspiracy-oly going on.
They busted a crack dealer across
I'm
the
going to
street.
do.
Yeah, so he gets to now. He's in our neighbor's yard.
No.
What up, Brother Phillips?
That was my throat.
Doing okay.
Try not to burp.
God dang, dude.
Don't judge me, okay?
No viewers yet.
Sounded like a mouth.
There
enter
we
the
go.
6-digit from the code generator.
What was that? Did you burp? That was like
Dude, I didn't ask for this authentication. Where is it?
That was like lasagna or something.
I can't believe you said that, man.
Mama had a plate of lasagna for Dad when I got home. Thank you, baby.
With Ron and Rocky. 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, where is it?
Jeez, all right, go ahead.
Supply
That's
line
bullshit,
interruptions
Phillips.
are definitely here to stay, especially given the incredible talent we have working at the U.S. Transportation Department. However, you don't need to fear these interruptions. You can be
What's up, Deborah, Sean, Whiskey 6, Thomas Becker, Audrey, Linda? How's everybody?
You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once.
We are live tonight.
Used to party a little too much till
Got a
it got
lot
out
of stuff to
control
talk about.
and almost ruined my life.
Thank you, Linda.
I realized
Thank you,
I
Linda.
helped to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you
There we go. I'm
you
back.
have a drug problem and
No,
you
thanks.
know you can't do it alone,
It just completely reset on me. I had to sign back in.
Oh, yeah.
they'll immerse you
All right,
into a
30 seconds,
training
folks.
program
30
to
seconds.
replace your
All right,
old habits
good.
with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have
Okay, let me get on over
private
there.
health insurance, the entire program
All right, here we go.
is covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean.
Oh.
Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocky Stucci.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, Phillips. But I made you look. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, Tuesday, frickin' night, right here, Abnormal Realities, frickin' the meatball. And of course, El Filippo.
Yeah, he's here.
Hey, brother Ron Phillips in the house. Damn, you look sexy tonight.
When I pressed the button, nothing fired off a while ago, so I had to press it a second time.
Ron, you pushed the button.
That's why we had a couple of seconds of dead air there.
I didn't
Sorry.
catch that.
You were busy.
Welcome. You know what? I do. I feel like the last 3 minutes of my life have been very intense.
They have been.
Thank
I've
you.
been watching you over here.
I've been going because I can't type like. See, Ron can do this.
That's because
and look at
Rocky
you.
waits till 3 minutes before showtime to get his computer ready to go.
No, Facebook kicked me out. And I thought I was banned, so I had to reset, do my authentication app.
Rapid Dog. I don't know who that is. Said Rockin' Ronnie.
Rock and Ronnie.
That's Rapid Dog knows my real name.
He's up in the treetop all day long, hopping and bumping and singing this song. Damn it! Don't
We're
touch
not
me.
2 minutes
Do
into the
not
show and you're
frickin'
touching me.
Touch me like that ever again.
I didn't say that. You can touch. No, I didn't say that.
See what I'm saying? All right,
All right,
brother.
let's get
All
on.
right.
Let's get on with it.
You know, I got to just let everybody know. I got like maybe 14 minutes of sleep last night.
I'm gonna sit over here.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna listen to the story. Go.
There is no story.
There's a story.
No, it's not ready for public air. Look at you get all comfortable. You should have seen you on there.
There's a story. There is a story.
Yeah, not ready yet. Not
Okay.
ready, but I got to tell you something. I do want to say this though. You know, it's weird. I do get mad at the world. I get mad at people. I get mad at behavior. Not mad in a way to where I will dislike a person. I get mad in general. I get mad at humans.
Mm-hmm.
I get just
We
mad
all
at the
do.
stupid, right?
Yeah, we all do.
But even through that sometimes in the bad days and the sleepless nights, and we all have them because we're all humans. I think there's one thing about all of us, because you really can't be super normal when you listen to us. I mean, that's kind of a rule. I mean, if you're a super normal, serious person and you come on to listen to this show, yeah, nice to meet you. Bye-bye. Right? But it's cool, though, that you can still understand the world for what it is and not be able to resist it, because it is what it is. It's always been, always will be. Right?
True.
We're humans, man. We are animals with animalistic behaviors. We'll always have them. There'll always be hate. There will always be famine. There will always be death. There will always be war. I don't know any other softer way to put things. But I always find myself being very observant in regards to my immediate surroundings. And I try to be. And there's certain things that, when we talk about like healing is a tough word for people. It was even kind of difficult for my ass just to say that word. Oh,
healing.
What? Healing.
Healing.
Ron's butthole is healing.
What? You're going to look back at this later.
I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be like, dude, I was rolling into it nice. I was drawing it in.
You were drawing it in.
I was producing,
Yep.
and then I started singing Ron's butthole is healing.
Yeah. All right.
But to be observant and to understand that there are some things, no matter who you are, no matter what words you speak, no matter how powerful they are, no matter what you represent to the world, everybody still has a side of them that's just a little pile of broken glasses. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
It's just part of who we are, part of what what we represent. It's some of the pain we felt in our life. We all got it. And for the most part, a lot of things that some people would think that maybe I should portray myself to be a little bit more of a victim, because everybody figures out a way to victimize themselves to be anything, aren't the ways that actually kind of hold me down sometimes, that are my weakness, this is my kryptonite, right? Because I've moved on from all that stupid stuff. But sometimes as parents, you know this, I know this, everybody knows this if you have kids. In our hearts, I don't think, and I'm only speaking for me, and I believe I can speak for you, is in our hearts, we could not express in the correct terminology how much we truly love our families. Ron and I spent many hours in vehicles. Man, we have talked and we have gotten deep about both sides.
Yeah.
I can't articulate those words. And I find myself, and this is where I've been the last 24 hours, I question decisions, choices. I know many of my years, with the pills, neglecting, the most important people to me, because I was more focused on that selfish behavior. And at the time, you feel like, you're okay. At the time, you don't realize it. You're not thinking anywhere outside the norms of what's going to suit and comfort what you're doing at that moment. You're only going to think of things to justify why you're doing it. But when you reflect back on some of the things you do as a parent, there's always going to be the things, no matter how much love we have in our hearts, that we go back and say, damn it, I messed up. Or damn it, it was stupid. Or why didn't I savor that little more time out in the backyard when we had this huge house with a big pole barn. I catch myself in these places, why didn't I sit with them longer outside? Why didn't I watch them dig worms up longer? Because before you know it, your kids that are babies, and all the experiences you have going up all the way through high school, and then the day comes and it's just like, you're going to have to face a reality that your children that you seems like yesterday you're just changing their diaper are going to move on into the real world. And when you feel that detachment, when you feel that reality, it makes you step back and ponder and wander and think and explore and imagine, did I do enough? Did I make up for it? Did you make up for it? And I don't know if that's even healthy. I don't know if that's the right thing to think. But I look at it, comparing it to my past, where many years I didn't appreciate things because I was always doped up on medications. or I was out doing things that I shouldn't have been doing, right? It is what it is. I can't change that. So when you do stupid shit, you kind of feel like you got to try to make up for it a little bit more, right? And I think one of the biggest journeys in our life, even though we have fun, because it's important, laughter, I could not tell you how important laughter is, and joking around and being stupid and just not caring. The more you see the world for what it is, the more you have to focus on being who you are and what you want to be to separate yourself from that craziness. The more we can evaluate our behaviors with the people around us.
Yeah.
And damn it, I'm so sick and tired, brother, and I'm guilty as shit. I'm so sick and tired of everybody not just saying, waiting till the last minute to appreciate the things. And the things that we appreciate the most in our lives are the most simplest things in our existence. It is the smallest things. It's the people that you're around every day that you walk by and you're like, hey, did you pay this bill? Did you pay that bill? And it's those things. And we see those things every day and we take it for granted until all of a sudden there's that possibility that that thing is going to be gone. And then you sit back and then you're trying to rationalize and think about all the times that you wish you would have done a little bit more or spent a little more time. And I get so upset because why do we have to get to that point to say, whoa, damn it. We're creatures of habit, and there's habits that we cannot break as a human being. There's just habits we can't break. There's things we have done behaviorally speaking since the existence of man, and we know it's bad, and we know it's wrong, and we continue to do it nonstop. It's just what humans do. We're not as intelligent as we think we are. So understanding that, it's just step back a little bit and just look at what's right there. Just for a second. I mean, that's my challenge. You just stop for a second. Put all the bullshit aside. Put all the anxiety aside. Put the animals aside. Put the bills aside. Put debt aside. Put society aside. Put the world aside. Just for a second. And just look. And then think to yourself, what if that wasn't there tomorrow? Would you look at that differently if you knew that was a reality? Kind of makes you think.
Two things.
Oh boy.
A wise man once said, hindsight is always 20/20. You know what that means?
Nope.
That means when you look at the past, you always see it clearer than you did when you were going through it. Right? Hindsight is 20/20.
Yep.
And the other one that I told you yesterday is absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
Do you understand what that means?
I wasn't ready for that type of conversation when you sent that to me.
I know, but that's what you needed it at that time.
Oh, I wanted to smack the shit out of him.
So there's a lot going on, folks, behind the scenes, and I'm sure that we'll come out with it all pretty soon. But the bottom line is family's important. Be sure that you look at your family, take the time to spend the quality time with them, and just take a look at what's going on in the world. If you have kids, spend the time with them so you don't regret not spending the time with them later.
I just had a slogan and it's gone.
A slogan?
Family, what'd you say? Family what?
Hindsight is 20/20.
No, man.
Absence makes the heart
Damn
grow
it.
fonder.
I had such a good one too.
Okay.
Man, it was t-shirt material.
All right.
All right, love you guys. All right. So anyways, Darla Hines says, Rocky, take a deep breath. I'm right where I need to be. Damn right, girl, because you are watching this program right now at literally all this sexiness. I can't almost take it. There's 4 of us.
Yeah, we need to tell everybody about Rumble. I'm going out there with this. Is this
Take
my
it
turn?
away, Ron Phillips. Good night, Texas.
You'll note that we're not on Rumble tonight. There's a reason we're not on Rumble. Remember last week when I complained that people were bitching because we were on Rumble? Well, the person whose channel we were on and I and Rocky agreed that it probably wasn't a good plan to have our show on a channel that probably is quite a bit more politics
What?
and a lot of Christianity.
Dude,
Because
we're super Christian.
we're Christians, but just because we talk about certain things and just because we ask questions doesn't mean I love the Lord any less.
Ooh,
But evidently,
preach it, bro.
evidently,
Come on.
people don't like that if they're staunch Christians. I get it. So it was best for us to just pull our show down. Maybe we'll go back on Rumble on our own channel
All right,
in the future.
All right.
I knew you'd have something
I
to say
got
about
something
it.
to say. All
Hit
right.
me.
So,
If you are literally, first of all, supposedly, theoretically,
Yep.
for the First Amendment, when you know there are people literally in the same room as me that's willing to have things shut down, protecting somebody's personal liberties. Okay, work with me here for a second. So a lot of those people, those type of people, right? The political people that are super Christian, understand when I say super Christian. They believe in the Constitution. A lot of them are libertarians, conservatives. They believe in the Constitution. But the second you bring up a ghost
Or a spirit.
or a little experience, because I was afraid to go in my room because I heard a little whisper in my ear, you are demonic. You are Satan's child. The devil is possessing you.
You're a devil worshiper.
So they demand
Yep.
we be taken down and silenced. But
That's a
go Trump.
That's a damn fact. Yeah. So,
F out,
so we're
man.
not on Rumble at the moment. So thank you for following us all back over here where we originally were. Some of you never left these locations where we're broadcasting now, and that's all well and good. So we appreciate that. But
I'm just saying, you just can't silence our First Amendment right. I mean, hey, dude, we knew, but you didn't even need to
That's
say
the thing.
nothing.
That's the thing. The discussion was had about not letting that deal, make us make the decision, but we didn't have a good fit there. So
That's all.
we
That's
just-
it.
yeah.
Bottom line, man. That's all
we just
good.
we just pulled the show from that stream over there on Rumble.
I was just having
We'll
a
create
little
another
fun
one.
with that.
We do have OdysseyRadio.com, folks. We've got 4 shows that one of them was live last night. So we've got a show that is
3
now
hours.
live for 3 hours beginning at midnight Eastern. And it goes from midnight Eastern to 3 a.m. It's Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott.
Yep.
For those of you who know him. We pick up his live feed at 11 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. Eastern. Tuesday morning at midnight, 11 p.m. Monday night for us here. But then we pick up his show, and it goes through early Saturday morning. So you guys can listen there, and I think we may have a second show from him from over the weekend that we'll carry as well. But
We got a Bigfoot show coming on.
yeah, Bigfoot show coming on.
We were actually listening to it before we started tonight. Super clean, great audio, professional.
Yep.
So we got a business meeting with them here in a couple days.
Sarah Soderlund's got 2 shows that are coming up pretty quick.
Yep.
Alchemy and Astrology and No Man's Land.
No Man's Land.
Those will be going up this week, I'm hoping. So the shows are beginning to build out there. Of course, we've got Intrepid Radio with Scotty Roberts.
Scotty Roberts.
We've got the Freaky Friday edition of The Breakdown with Aaron Barker.
Aaron Barker.
And we got Because I Can.
Yes, she can.
With Elena
Yep.
Fitzgerald.
That's right.
Yeah, Elena Fitzgerald that plays on Wednesday afternoon. So the shows are building. Again, if you know anybody who wants to have a show on our network that already has one somewhere else, we'd be more than happy to take their feed and distribute them.
Let's get moving
Yeah,
because we got a lot of stuff in the works.
We are distributing across iHeartRadio Live, and then the podcast that we put up will, of course, go out on iHeartRadio Podcasts, amongst others like iTunes and Spreaker.
And we
etc.
we sound as sexy as we look on the podcast. You guys all got to make sure. I know you're here watching, but you got to listen to. It's a whole different experience.
It's a different experience for us because we're living it live And then when we go back and listen to the show, Rocky gets mad at himself.
Every show I get
and
mad.
both of us are like, well, we know in our mind what happened during this.
Yep. Ron's
You know,
like, you know
this-
when you listen back, right?
Do what?
Ron, that's what Ron says to me. So you know when you listen back to this show what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's going to be mad because
I'm going to tell you to shut it off because I don't want to listen to me be an idiot.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. OdysseyRadio.com, folks. That's where you can find the information about the shows.
Looks up on
And there are show host pages out there.
Yep.
Dave Scott's goes up tomorrow. So
All right. We have 5 minutes before we got to be out at the bottom of the hour break. And so I got a good buddy of mine, Austin, that I work with. And Austin and his wife have a friend. And
it's the friend's son.
it's the
right?
friend's son, yes. Something happened the other day. And folks, anybody who knows me or has known me for a long time, they know that I don't do this a lot. I don't share stuff on my pages. It's not that I don't care. It's just that everybody will ask you to always do it, and then all of a sudden your timeline becomes a donation center. This one I wanted to do for Brother Austin. So I'm just going to kind of read the about part. We have the link in our show notes on whatever you're watching or listening
it's a
to.
Facebook link. You can't miss it,
Yep.
but there is no information surrounding it in the description. But that's what Rocky's about to tell you about.
Yep. So little Luke had a terrible seizure last Thursday afternoon at school. The seizure was the second seizure followed by a small one before it. It lasted for 35 minutes. That is a long seizure, causing Luke to go into cardiac arrest. They lost his pulse, and CPR had to administer and revive him. And they had to spend the 3 days in the Cook Children's Medical Center in the EMU, Epilepsy Monitoring Unit, under the care of the best neurologist in the state. Now, Luke's seizures are called focal complex seizures. They are starting in the left side of his brain and spreading to the right side of the brain, causing a generalized seizure. Although they received good news regarding his testing, they also received the most gut-wrenching and terrifying news any parent could imagine. Luke is high risk of SUDEP, SUDEP, and that is sudden, unexpected death of someone with epilepsy who is otherwise healthy. Their neurologist highly suggested that they begin a fundraising account to try to raise money for an epilepsy dog. Mm-hmm. And these dogs are incredibly expensive. And now he also has to, where did I read that earlier? Because he has chronic allergies.
He has chronic asthma.
Or asthma. They have to get I can't find it in this one. They have to get a special dog, an allergenic or some kind of non-allergenic dog. So he don't have issues with that. But you know what, man, I tell you something, it breaks my heart. You see when we go to the Miracle League, you see all the help they have to have and the parents look tired. When Austin told me about this, I'm like, the least we can do, brothers, we can put this on the show. We can send people the link. And so we got a lot of listeners, even if they all put in $5, anything to help raise money for this child.
These dogs are between $17,000 and $25,000 to train. Yeah. And I think a non-allergenic
is more.
It would be a little bit more because you limit the number of dogs that you can use in that aspect.
Yep.
So we wanted to put this out there, and if it lands on your soul to help out, please do. The Facebook link is there.
I say Team Luke, baby.
Team Luke.
Luke.
Yep.
Dude, we should almost get obsessive with this until he gets a dog. We should
It'd
just
be cool,
go on
'cause
a
I wanna
full
meet
throttle
that
mission.
dog.
I want to meet that dog too.
Those dogs are crazy cool, dude. If that dog can sense that he's about to have an epileptic
That's pretty
seizure
amazing.
and either alert him or alert his family or, get under. Because I think when you're having a seizure, those dogs crawl up under your head. If you fall on the ground, they crawl up under your head.
Yeah, and they do something to alert you to like sit your ass down right
get
away
down.
so you don't, hit shit going down.
So, So Luke, and we don't have a last name. We're not doing last names, right?
No, okay. Come on. Team Luke, baby.
Yeah. Team Luke.
So, all right. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Rocky. So coming up
You
after
are
the
welcome, Ron.
after the break, we're going to talk about an end of world prediction.
We're gonna
An
die.
MIT computer program predicted in 1973 that civilization will end by 2040.
We gone.
2040.
I love y'all.
Now that's civilization as we know it.
Yeah, as we know it.
We're going to describe a little bit more in detail about what they're talking about. And then at some point we're going to talk about, I hope, maybe we'll get to it, what would happen if the Earth stopped spinning?
Dude, then we got to start running.
It's not like we would all fly off into the air.
Well, we got to balance it, though. So if it stops spinning, your ass better start running as quick as you
Start
can.
running.
Yep.
Make it a little treadmill. Make
Just
it,
balancing, dude. It's a balance. That's all.
It's and it's remarkable to me how balanced everything truly is. The spin rate of the Earth, the distance.
How fast does it go?
860 miles an hour, I think.
So we're moving right now in space on a little
well,
speck of dust.
we're
800
turning.
We're turning.
860 miles an hour.
You feel it?
But we're not. But we're also moving through space at probably 15,000 miles.
So when you get the beer spins, so you're actually aligning more atmospherically because you're getting dizzy. You're seeing shit move.
Yeah, I know a little bit about a lot, but I don't know that. Crazy. AbnormalRealities.com, folks. InsaneCustomTumblers.com. RomikaDesigns.com or InsaneLaserPros.com. You can find us all right there. We're going on a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logoed designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at RomikaDesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and would be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@RomikaDesigns.com, or visit us on the web at RomikaDesigns.com.
Abnormal realities.
So there was a guy right in front of our house.
Did
right
you see
across
any
the
of this
street.
happen, by the
No,
way?
I was driving home from work.
You didn't even make it home.
No, I didn't get
Okay.
home till
All right.
6:05.
Okay.
Ate lasagna and said, "Bro, I'm on my way."
Yep, I got you. All right.
Right across the street, they got a guy who was a crack dealer.
Okay, so
All
the
right.
cops were busting they busted a crack dealer across the street.
Yeah, so he gets to now. He's in our neighbor's yard. At least he's outside.
What was that noise?
That was my throat because I was trying not to burp.
God dang,
Dude,
dude.
don't judge me, okay?
It sounded like a mouth fart.
Yeah, I couldn't pull back quick enough.
Okay. God, and it smells. What was that? Did you burp? That was like lasagna. Dude.
garlic. Oh,
Abnormal reality.
That was,
it
like,
was.
that was like lasagna or something.
Yeah. Mama had a plate of lasagna
God,
for Dad when
nasty.
I got home. Thank you, baby.
With Ron and Rocky. 8 p.m. Eastern. Mojo 50.
Jeez. All right, go ahead. Hey, he did it tonight. Fantastic.
Dude, I felt it.
Welcome back to Abnormal Realities, folks. My name is Ron Phillips. That is Rocky Stucci.
How you doing?
The Stooch, the meatball, the man, the legend, the myth, all that mess.
Sexy as hell. Champion. Lion. Badass. Emotional. Cuddly. Sexy.
I think
Beautiful
being
butt.
sexy is right up here in your mind.
It's all
and
that matters.
It's just not in my mind anywhere.
Oh, no, dude, there is nothing sexy about the it's inside.
There's
brother.
nothing sexy about Ron Phillips.
Dude,
That's right.
hey, next time you're
Hey,
in Walmart,
hey.
play music in your freaking head while you're
But-
walking. It changes the way you walk, and people give you respect.
Oh, I get you. I always play music in my head watching people walk.
Ooh, what kind of music?
It's usually freaking, I don't know, Flight of the Bumblebee or something. I don't.
Have you ever carpet bombed anybody at Walmart?
Carpet bombed anybody. What is a carpet bomb?
Do a little What do we call that? A walk by, a fly, not a flyby, because you're farting. You're dropping silent ones.
You crop dusting.
Crop dusting. What did I say?
Carpet bomb.
Same thing. It just depends what you eat. You know what I mean? It could be a carpet bomb. It depends
Look,
on
I
how
will
the
neither
tacos work.
confirm nor deny that I have
The weirdest
carpet
part,
bombed anybody
the weirdest part for me
ever.
is I have to do it by person. It's like I can't find a spot where nobody's been standing for a while. It's like I purposely got to go find somebody that annoys me. Like people with kids that won't behave.
Yep.
And I'll just kind of walk by and just be like, and just keep walking and just look at cereal.
Hey, it is what it is, dude.
You know, I did that. There was an engineer at my last job up at 3M. I actually kind of like the guy now, but I don't feel bad for doing it. But he annoyed me because, you know, he went to a school and thought he was super smart because of the school he went to. And, you know, it gets annoying, right? But the dude had emotional breakdowns all the time. He had some serious emotional stuff going on. And so I saw him in the lunchroom one time eating a ham and bologna sandwich. I think there's a pineapple in there and it was like vegan bread or something. So I just dropped one, dude. I double dosed his ass, dude, literally like a foot away from his head when he was sitting at the lunch table while he was eating. Now what, Brian?
We're
now
gonna do
what?
we're gonna do a whole show on gas one night.
It's a very interesting subject. Have you ever researched why in the bathtub it's actually more potent, like burns your sinuses when you fart in the bathtub? Tell me when you were younger, if not now, you know, sometimes you blow a little bubble and you got to get down right away and be like,
I don't even know where to go with that. I was trying to think of something funny to say, and then I thought,
there's
no,
actually a scientific reaction. When
okay.
the air comes out your butthole and it formulates into a bubble underneath the H2O, and with whatever gas is in your ass that comes out into a bubble form, the moisture gets to it and it reacts and it expands. And it stinks.
Are you going to read the story, or do you?
What story are we talking about?
The prediction of the Earth.
First, before we read it,
civilization.
I want to ask you this.
Okay.
What are, in regards to predictions?
Yeah.
Are you a prediction guy? I mean, do you follow predictions? Do you
I have
believe in
never
predictions?
been a prediction guy. Nostradamus, the Mayan calendar, none of that stuff.
Well, the Mayan calendar was a calendar. It's just everybody predicted that the Mayan calendar ended at 2012.
Because it ended in 2012, they predicted that would be the end of the world.
It didn't end. It
And
reset.
it didn't. Yeah, it reset.
It
Right.
reset. All right, for another time. Everybody just be
So
patient with
the
them.
M.I.T. computer in 1973 may or may not have been smart enough to do.
Do you think computers would be more accurate into a prediction statistically? Because how do they analyze data in regards
That's
to how
the
we're
thing.
going to die?
Computers are only data. They don't have, any human characteristics to be able to anticipate. But I don't know of any humans that can tell me the future either.
I can.
You can tell me the future?
Dude, sometime within the next 24 hours, you're going to be pooping on the bidet watching some TikTok. Boom! Thank you. Good night.
It's a pretty solid prediction.
Thank you.
I'll-
100% accuracy.
I'll give you that one.
Thank you very much.
All
Thank you
right.
very much. I charge $9.99 a minute. Call 1-966 GET.
1-900 talk to Rocky. Okay.
Talk to the meatball.
All right, go.
Oh, me?
I'll do it.
I got it, bro.
Okay.
All right. Now, in 1704, Isaac Newton predicted the end of the world. This was like the 488th prediction of the end of the world, but we're getting there.
Probably.
I mean, sometimes we're kind of close. But last week we were going over,
We were going over predictions, yeah.
there was like 60 of them that just came up in a quick article. But let me see, the year 26, using a strange series of mathematical calculations, rather than study what he called the Book of Nature, he took as his source the supposed prophecies of the Book of Revelations,
Which most people do.
which most people do.
Yeah.
We learned that last week. Thank you. I learned a lot last week. So while such predictions have always been central into Christianity, it is startling for modern people to look back and see the famed astronomer and physicist indulging them. Now, for Newton, however, as Matthew Stanley writes in Science, Laying the foundation of modern physics and astronomy was a bit of a sideshow. He believed that his truly important work was deciphering ancient scriptures and uncovering the nature of the Christian religion. Now, over 300 years later, folks, we will have plenty of religious doomsayers predicting the end of the world with the Bible codes. But in recent times, their ranks have seemingly been joined by scientists who only professed aim is interpreting data from climate research and sustainability estimates given population growth and dwindling resources. These science predictions do not draw on ancient text or theology, nor involve final battles between good and evil. There are there may be plagues and other horrible reckonings. There are predictably casual outcomes of overproduction and consumption rather than divine wrath. Yet by some strange fluke, the science has arrived at the same apocalyptic date as Newton, plus or minus, a decade or two, no big freaking deal. There's a lot of reading. This takes actually effort, man.
Listening to you perform this reading is cracking me the hell up.
You turned on?
Not really.
What?
No, just listening to you.
Are you feeling it?
You're feeling it.
I'm feeling something.
You feeling it. I got you.
All right.
Okay,
the end of the world in these scenarios mean the end of modern life as we know it. The collapse of industrialized societies, large-scale agricultural production, supply chains, stable climates, nation states since the late 60s, the elite society of wealthy industrialists and scientists known as the Club of Rome. Holy crap, freaking mighty. Has foreseen these disasters in the early 21st century. One of the sources of their vision is a computer program developed at MIT by computing pioneer and system theorist Jay Forrester. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Whose model of global sustainability, one of the first of its kind, predicted civilizational collapse in 2040. Now, what the computer envisioned in the 1970s has by and large been coming true, claims Paul.
Read that again.
No, I said it wrong and people understood me still.
No, I'm emphasizing what the computer envisioned in the 1970s has by and large been coming true. Think about that for a second.
I really messed that up too. But I just keep rolling.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't trust computers though. The predictions including population growth and pollution levels, worsening quality of life, and dwindling natural resources. In the video at the top sees Australia's ABC explain the computer's calculations, an electronic guide tour of global behavior since 1900 and where that behavior will lead us, says the presenter. The graph span. Now we're going to add this link to the video. No, we'll add the article link.
Yeah, we'll add the article.
That'll have the video where you can watch this.
We play it, but it's like four or 5 minutes long.
Yep. Let me see. Where was I here? Okay, let me see. Quality of life begins to sharply decline after 1940, and by 2020, the model predicts the metric contracts to turn of the century levels, meeting the sharp increase of the Z curve that charts pollution levels. All right, let me next. Here we go. Brian, I love you, bro. You can probably guess the rest. We did. All right, we did. So what do you think would happen if the news came out right now and says we dead tomorrow at 3:15? So go buy yogurt. What do you think people would do?
Do you know that there's a distinct possibility with all that's going on in the world right now
Right now
that we
3,
could
2,
be
1.
notified at any point in time that thermodynamic nuclear war has started?
This is the emergency broadcast system.
I mean, it's not a joke at all right now.
No, I'm
That's
not
the
joking.
thing.
I'm serious.
You know, it's unfortunate, quite honestly, but it could occur.
When has it stopped? Answer me that, please.
When is what
When
stopped?
has crazy ever stopped? Ever?
Well, you got to think about, we don't know for sure how close we've ever been to a nuclear war where literally a single bomb drop can kill hundreds of thousands of people immediately and millions over a short period of time. We don't know how close we've come to that.
We are the only animal on this planet stupid enough to do something to jeopardize our legitimate civilization.
I'll give you that. Yep, I'll give you that.
You know, our problem is that we have 7 billion people on this planet. 7 billion, probably more. I'm probably wrong on that. It's probably more than that. Let's just say 7. We let 300 people dictate our lives. Boom. 300 people literally dictate the lives of 7. And we're like, oh, okay, it's another war. Oh, gas is up. Oh.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy. We do nothing. We say nothing, right? So we can't be shocked when people are always thinking we're going to die because it's stupid anyways, right? Where am I at, Phillips? Club of Rome, 69, World Dynamics. Don't know what all this is. Time after time, you will find people are reacting to a problem. They think they know what to do, and they don't realize what they're doing is making a problem. Now, this is a vicious cycle because as things get worse, there is more incentive to do things, and it gets worse and worse.
So trying to fix the problem is making things worse. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. You are.
Look, is it inevitable? Potentially. Because, the earth is only so large, and there's only so much land area on the earth.
Yep.
Eventually, population growth, if it happens all in a century, can overgrow the areas that are populatable.
Okay,
so
would you regulate?
We'd have to go up.
Would you regulate birth rates to ensure that
No,
we do
I
not
wouldn't,
overpopulate?
but China did, and now they're hurting because of it.
Dude, they got like 1.2 billion people. Do you realize? Dude, could you imagine? Seriously? Just imagine for once that we lost power. We did shows in regards to the power grid, and just think of the human behavior. We're talking about an apocalyptic event. Shit, shut down the power in New York City for 24 hours straight.
A lot of people would lose their minds.
People would die. People would be raped.
You got to think. You got to think. There's a generation now out here that without the internet, their lives could not go on, and that totally sucks.
We don't need a computer to predict it because we're watching it, but even when we see it, we do nothing to stop it.
And then there's a generation that thinks that one day we just need to go out into the woods, build a little cabin, and live there for about 2 years.
2 stories with good Wi-Fi.
Whatever, dude. No Wi-Fi.
And a mixer board.
No cell phones.
And camera.
Where this vague warning is supposed to leave us is uncertain. If the current course is dire, unsystematic solutions may be worse. This theory also seems to leave powerfully vested human agents like Exxon executives wholly unaccountable for the coming collapse.
Well, that's coming anyways because, sooner or later, if anybody knows anything about running a business and banking, you cannot continue to spend more than you take in without sooner or later bad things happening. And when that happens, there's your catastrophic event. It's not a meteor. It's not an asteroid. It's our freaking financial system collapsing and people turning into savages, killing each other for bottled water. Don't think that's not possible. I felt conviction in that.
But for all this doom and gloom, it's worth bearing in mind that the models of the future are not, in fact, the future. There are hard times ahead, but no theory, no matter how sophisticated, can account for every variable. So, we're looking at 2040. But we'll know it before it gets here. Obviously.
I'm ready, dude. That's 2040. Let's have a party next week to
celebrate
it.
The demise of the human race will not happen overnight unless the good Lord himself decides he's coming back.
So,
and then again, by the Bible, that won't happen overnight as well. So,
well, they said that. Wait, the
rapture would.
Well, that was like 400 AD was supposed to happen.
The rapture?
Yeah. So we're a little late.
Yeah,
Remember that from last week?
Yeah, something like that.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. What would happen if the Earth stopped spinning? Well, I have my theories before I read the article. But guess what? We're not just going to fly off out into space.
No, we just stop spinning. But our weather changes, and we'll cook in one spot, and then we'll be dark in the same spot nonstop.
It says the Earth has been spinning since its birth 4.5 billion years ago. Could our planet one day stop spinning? And what would happen if it did? Curious. The Earth was made from rubble that was left over when the sun formed from the collapse of a huge cloud of matter. The rubble that went on to become the Earth circled around the sun like water does around the plug hole
The what?
when you empty a bathtub, spinning as it went.
They call it a plug hole.
Yeah, plug hole.
Let's talk more about that.
No, we're not going to talk about plug holes. The Earth continued to circle the sun and spin after it was formed and is going to spin like this for a long while to come. The Earth spins steadily once every 23 hours and 56 minutes. Did you know that?
What? It what? Stop spinning?
No. Did you know that the Earth spins one full rotation in 23 hours and 56 minutes, not 24 hours?
I was off by 4 minutes.
Yep.
Damn it.
During this time, the Earth also moves a little further on its orbit around the sun, which takes 1 year to complete. This means it needs to turn a bit more for 4 minutes until it faces the sun again.
I wonder how the ancient
This means
cultures
that
figured
one
out.
day on Earth lasts 24 hours.
So there's one person every day that went and monitored exactly where the sun was at exact same time to realize that that happened 300 sometimes before it came back to that original spot.
Yes.
And that,
long,
folks,
long before you and I
that's how the calendar was made. You're
were
welcome.
twinkles in anybody's eyes.
We're twinkle, twinkle, bitches.
Moving in space. The reason the Earth keeps spinning is because there is hardly anything to stop it. If you spin a roundabout in a playground and let go, eventually it will come to a stop. This is because as it spins, the air and the surface of the playground are pushing against it, causing friction and slowing it down.
But we're magnetic.
The Earth is spinning in space, which is pretty much empty. In space, there is not even air to push against and slow down the Earth's spin.
Empty.
However, there is one thing that slows down the Earth's spin. Do you know what it is? What is it?
Everybody jumping at the exact same time on the planet.
No. What's the one thing that slows down the Earth's spin?
Magnetic pole.
No.
Water.
No. The moon.
Feces. The moon. I was kidding.
Yeah,
it was the moon.
The moon.
I knew that.
The motion of the side of the Earth facing the moon is not balanced perfectly by gravity. I had no idea. And neither is the side of the Earth facing away from the moon. This imbalance creates the ocean tides, which make the oceans bulge out on either side of the Earth.
Dude, never knew that.
Yep. As the Earth spins, these bulges move across the Earth's surface like a wave pushing against the Earth's spin. This slows down the Earth's spin. It means that Earth's day lengthens by 1 second every 50,000 years.
50,000 years. We're screwed. We
1
gotta,
second every 50,000 years.
change the clocks.
The only thing that could stop the Earth's spin would be if another planet crashed into it. Even if this happened, it is more likely that it would change the way Earth spins, not stop it altogether. So if the Earth stopped spinning, we would essentially have a 6-month day. And here's how that works. If the Earth stopped spinning, you wouldn't suddenly be launched off into space. Gravity would still keep you firmly on the ground. There would be lots of changes, though, if Earth were to stop spinning but continue to orbit the sun. A day, quote unquote, would last half a year, and so would the night. It could warm up much more during the day and cool down much more during the night. This would affect the climate on Earth, of course.
Well, day and night don't change, though, right?
No, they would.
If
Well-
the Earth stopped moving?
No, if the Earth stopped, because it's going around the snow, if it stopped spinning, not if it stopped moving.
Oh, so it stops spinning
Yeah.
but keeps moving.
It keeps moving. Yeah,
So
it's
6 and
still in
6.
an orbit around the sun. Yeah. A large temperature difference between day and night would cause strong winds, which would move warm air towards the cooler nighttime side of the Earth. Wind would also blow from the warm regions around the equator to the cold polar regions.
Polar.
On a spinning Earth, this does not happen because the wind is deflected sideways.
Yes.
The eastwards and westwards winds and the winds towards the poles would meet. They could possibly create huge swirls of winds the size of an entire continent.
Dude, I would.
And we see
seriously-
that. We see that on some of the other planets.
I would be a traveler. So I would just, every 6 months, I would
Just
follow
keep
the
moving.
shift.
Just keep moving
I'm
into
not
the
living
sun.
in dark.
Yeah. The core of the Earth is partly molten iron. The spinning motion of the Earth turns this molten iron into a magnet and gives the Earth a magnetic field.
What is a tidal lock?
Tidal lock?
Yes.
I don't know, but I've heard of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Because Bim Jim said the moon is in tidal lock.
It's in tidal lock with us. The moon doesn't
Oh.
turn.
Yeah, yeah.
In other words,
Yep.
the moon doesn't spin,
Yep.
but it stays the same distance, give or take a little bit.
And that's why
from
we
the Earth.
have a dark
And it
side of the moon.
So what we're talking about here is if the moon did the same, if the Earth did the same thing the moon does.
Yep.
like the moon does to the sun, to the Earth. It stays. That's why we always see one side of the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. The magnetic field protects us against harmful radiation, which comes from particles from the sun and cosmic rays from outside the solar system. While the magnetic field stops the radiation from reaching us, it hits the Earth's atmosphere, and we see it as an aurora. Have you ever seen an aurora? I've never seen one.
Dude, I see one
I've seen
right
it
now.
on TV. Oh, my God. The northern or southern lights. Without the magnetic field, this radiation would reach the Earth's surface and make people very ill. And even some birds use the magnetic fields to find their way. So without the Earth spinning, they would get lost.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Time out.
Did you know that?
No, I'm talking about something else.
Oh,
Jamie wants to school us.
okay. Let me get finished here. If the Earth didn't spin, the night sky would always show the same constellation of stars because you would always be looking out into space in the same direction.
So they'll never
as if you
change.
were standing on the moon, right? This is very different from seeing the stars rise and set during the night and seeing different constellations at different times of the year.
So
So the article doesn't say that humans on Earth would pass away.
we just live completely different.
We'd have to figure out and adapt to it, or we would be gone.
I think what would be more extreme
bottom line.
is a pole reversal. I think that would
Which
be more
has
extreme.
happened, right?
I think it's happened one time where it literally reversed poles.
Well, I do know that, all of our airport landing runways, sometimes they have to change the number. Did you know that
Yeah,
the
the pole
number
shifts.
the number at the end of the runway is the direction?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like if you're landing on runway 17,
Yeah.
that runway is on the 170 degree. Opposite of that would be 350.
That's how they do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Our runway here is runway 35
'Cause
or
it's on the
runway
35,
17.
17.
35 and 17. Yeah. There you go. All right. What's Jamie got to say
Nothing. She wants to school us with the flat earth
on the
stuff.
flat earth stuff?
Yeah.
That's a whole show in and of itself, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it would be fun. It would be like talking about Bigfoot.
Hey, man, I'm open to anything. I really am. I'm open to anything. But I'll be honest with you. I don't believe in the flat earth theory. I don't.
Why?
I just don't.
Dude, Jamie has facts, bro.
I'm a space guy, dude.
Yeah. Everything's round in space, huh?
So far, everything we've seen.
Maybe
Now,
maybe
have
they're
I seen it with my own eyes?
The top.
No, I have not seen it with my own eyes, but I want to. I do see the sun. The sun appears to be round.
Well, we always have an open invitation
The moon
for Jamie to come on, and I
That
would
would be-
actually
that would be-
love to have the conversation.
would be a good conversation.
Yeah.
As long as either side doesn't get pissed off at the other,
No,
we're
of
good.
course not. I mean, do we talk about Adam and Eve? We're good. We're good. All right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Folks, thanks for joining us tonight. Abnormalrealities.com. Of course, that's where you can find our show, and all of our archives of our shows are out there when we do it the right way, right? And
Hey,
I'm
by the
sorry.
way-
I'm sorry. This last Friday and Monday, I did not put a new show
Bastard.
or a new best of out. That was my error. My bad. A lot of things going on. Right.
We got some cool stuff that we're going to be announcing soon in regards to the celebrity softball game coming up on
yeah.
June 11th. All I'm going to say is that we're going to be on the field. That's it.
We're going to be on the field.
Once we confirm more, we'll let everybody know what's going on.
I'm a little worried about it.
Yep, super.
I'm a little worried about being on the field
Dude,
with
we're
all them other
professionals.
celebrities.
Dude, we're professionals. That's what we do.
I guess.
We give hugs, man, and take selfies all night. That's what we do. Hey, folks, we love you, man. Appreciate you.
We do. Thanks for listening to our stories at the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff near and dear to our hearts that your guys are family, so you get to be brought in on it. That's how it works. Take us home.
Romika Custom Designs.
No, Romika Design.
Romika Designs. The custom is embedded in my freaking brain. Go to romikadesigns.com, romikadesigns.com. Everything you want engraved, customized, hugged. We kiss them, everything, and insanecustomtumblers.com. But most importantly, abnormalrealities.com. Folks, until tomorrow night, Rob Phillips, take us home.
We'll see you guys. Stay with us tomorrow night. We're live. See ya.